just... I would just hate to blindly walk back in there, but I wouldn't mind like getting up on top of a ridge and looking down into it.
Yeah, we don't know what it looks like over there at all. Maybe on that other side.
Alright, you just want to walk over there?
What?
You want to walk over there?
I don't know what the answer is. I mean, there's been deer moving around in those spruces. It's the same spruces we have here.
Right.
They could be behind us for all we know. Just gagging around.
Yeah, there's no shooters that came out today. We saw 3 over here yesterday.
But it was night. But in the morning we saw.
No, I'm saying even in the morning.
Yeah. But we should have seen this vantage point still. You know, that buck he came out of that bottom, that buck yesterday.
Right.
And then the other one came out of that side. So, I mean, if they ended up finding a doe, they could be up in there chasing in those spruces. Or in the fields.
Well, I know there's a doe in there. And I know there's a little buck in there. Alright, well, let's get up and do something. Dude, there's a deer right there.
Am I wrong?
No, that's a big deer too.
There's a few deer right there.
They just suck. They're looking at him.
That's a big buck.
Gosh dang it.
Frickin' A. Dude, we're stupid. That was a good buck.
Yeah, it was huge. Alright, so we didn't see the deer we thought we would see this morning. We saw some, but nothing we're going to shoot. So Trap and I are going to get on our feet and head over, across this valley, over to the other bluff. There's a bunch of cuts over there, and that's where all the deer have been hanging out, PM and AM. So we're just going to slowly make our way over there and try to not kick up something, but spot something and then put a move on it. A lot of terrain. We'll probably, when it's all done, probably a mile and a half, you think?
At least.
It's got a nice wind right now that will cover most of our movement, and then the wind right now is southeast. Yeah, I'll do this right. There we go. Yeah, so it's heading that way. So we're gonna come downwind and then we're gonna walk up right through all of this and see how it goes. Basically right where that buck was.
I don't know about that buck.
What do you mean?
That happened after we talked.
I was recording.
Oh, you recorded that on your own?
Yeah. We're right where he was. Chances are we weren't going to find him, but we wanted to come up here anyway because we know that there's a lot of bucks in these little creases. But right now the wind is pretty good for us to keep moving. It's just these cuts are so deep that we could be on top of them. They could be 10, 15 yards away and we wouldn't even know it. I'm just going to keep going though.
Okay, Travis and Zach are making their way. They're on the right hill now. Barely see them. Sorry, I don't have my mic, so they're on their way up. The goal for them is to get to kind of like right there where those big spruces are, and then look down into that little gorge to their left, like to the left of the camera.
Are we recording? Travis and I walked about 2.5 miles. We think there's 3 bucks over here and 1 doe. 2 bucks, little bucks, are just bothering the mature buck. And we think it's in this drainage right here. It's about 50 yards from us. Problem is these cuts are so deep and thick that I can't see anything in there. The other issue is it's been some time since we've last seen them, and they could have bounced out the back. So we could be sitting here over nothing right now. But gonna sit here a little bit while longer, figure out the smartest thing to do right now. It's about 10:30, I would guess. And that's the play right now. Given that last update, I was like, I don't know where they're at.
We knew they were here.
We knew they were in here.
Or they
I literally just pointed here. I'm like, they're in here somewhere. They were like, gotta move though, because we're not doing anyone anything good. So we get up and we go maybe 10 yards. Wind is perfect. Like, they didn't smell us. All of a sudden, in this thick stuff right here, just all 3 of them pop up. 2 shooters and a doe. We were like 15 yards from having a full-blown...
right by that spruce behind you.
Yep. We were having a full-blown conversation, and they were 10, 15 yards away. They didn't smell us. They had to have seen us at the peak of this. Man. So many things. I know how Travis feels from the first week. It's like, go in your mind over and over again. What could you have done better? And honestly, I don't think there's really anything we could have done. We could have sat here for hours and hoped they popped up.
Heard a branch break or something eventually.
But at the same time, they could have not been here, and we just wasted. We had no idea where they were, but they were 10 or 15 yards in this thick stuff, and we get up, 10, 15 yards up this peak, and I'm guessing the doe saw us, and then bucks start grunting.
The bucks never saw us. They followed her.
Yep. And they probably at least 10 miles away. We saw them run.
So you think we'll see them tonight?
I mean, they were just. But the crazy thing is the buck we were after was not the one that were in here.
Yeah.
We came after a huge buck, but still, these things were huge. We think the one we saw
last night
was the same one we saw last night making a scrape.
Worst part is we really got no footage of it.
It happened so fast.
Quick, and it was so thick through that. I mean, none of us seen the buck.
Yeah, no.
Until he was across this valley.
No one saw the buck until he was.
It's so thick here.
But these spruces right here, they just ran right through them, and we were 5 feet that way, and the bucks never saw us. They were just grunting and chasing. Made it across the field, and I thought maybe they'd stop, bed up over there, but no, they just at least 10 miles, and that's all we could see. They crossed the hill,
racks and running. All right,
it sucks, but
that's what we're here for, though.
Yeah,
trying to create it.
That's the disadvantage of hunting these cuts and valleys, is they're so thick that you could be right on top of them just like that, and
But if we were in a tree stand, we'd have never seen them. We wouldn't.
That's true.
You'd have never seen these deer. We'd still be sitting there. We'd probably eating granola bars or drinking coffee. So it's a fun morning. We're learning a lot about this spot too.
We are. It's a really good spot right
and
now.
hang out here late mornings. It doesn't get worse.
Right.
So
that's it.
Okay, we got a gear scattered everywhere because we were just dropping stuff.
Yeah, we were dropping stuff as we can. We got to backtrack 3 miles. And I found a shed though.
We did find a shed, so something good came out of it.